How's it going? Marcos Villegas, Fight Up TV, being joined with Sebastian Fundora, who is defending his titles against Keith Thurman, coming up October 25th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sebastian, man, how we doing? You're on a roll. Momentum like crazy. I would say confidence sky high coming into this Keith Thurman fight.
Yeah, we've been working well. These past 2 years have been lots of learning, a lot of maturity. So we're more than ready for this fight.
Yeah, man. This is just me observing. I feel like you're so much like you're such a different fighter now than maybe you were a year ago, year and a half ago. And like I mentioned, like just feel like more confidence, but like you belong. Like you feel like now you belong, and now like you're manhandling opponents now. What changed? What made the difference?
Just training, maturity. We're getting older, 27 years old now, so everything's lining up for us.
But when did that like click in?
I think it's just maturity through years. The years of this sport. We're almost 10 years as a pro now, so maybe it took a little bit of time. But while we were growing, we were beating these guys too. So everything lined up well.
Taking the focus back to this fight on October 25th against Keith Thurman, a very experienced opponent, but one in which you hold a lot of the physical advantages in this fight. How do you see this fight realistically, Sebastian, given the amount of success you've had like the last year?
I think we have some good momentum. Keith Thurman is a great fighter. I think he's a Hall of Famer for sure, future Hall of Famer for sure. But we do plan on winning, of course, defending our title in whatever way it comes. But you'll see our hand raised October 25th.
How do you like see the approach of the fight? Like, do you, because of what you did against Tim and what you've been saying, like, hey, I'm 27, I've grown into my man strength, I'm just a lot bigger. Like, do you expect to just come at him and just really walk him down? Or is it something where you want to show something a little bit different in this fight?
You have to tune in for that one. But it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. Keith has a lot more experience than Tim. It's a different fighter, but we'll be ready for whatever he brings.
Yeah, looking at Keith, he hasn't been very active. Excuse me, these last few years. He had that result against Brock Jarvis in Australia, but other than that, we haven't seen much of him. How much do you think that's going to play a factor in the fight?
We haven't seen him on TV. We haven't seen him, but who knows how he's been training, if he's been training the whole time. I expect the Thurman that beat Danny Garcia, the best Thurman. So, if he doesn't bring it out, that's on him, but I do expect the best Thurman to come out that night.
Okay. Given that then, the best Thurman is known as a vicious knockout power puncher. Given that then, I would imagine you want to stay away from the guy's punch, right?
But of course, this is boxing. You got to be smart.
Here we open on the introduction, setting the stage and the energy. This is where the story begins. Title defense, confidence, momentum. It's the gateway that cues the audience. Something big is coming. Use this to hook your viewers immediately with promise and intrigue.
But just like he will be coming at his best, we'll be coming at our best.
Do you think it goes all 12, Sebastian, realistically?
I don't think so.
Yeah. A lot of people are thinking that. And a lot of people are favoring you in the fight just because you're the younger fighter, you're taller, you're longer, and you have a lot of momentum. You mentioned that you don't see it going the distance. Have you played it out in your mind how you have a feeling it might end?
Yeah, you have to be planning ahead. But more than anything, it's just my sister keeps mowing down all these girls. I gotta keep up. I gotta keep up.
Yeah, is that like a thing between you guys, like a little rivalry? Like, hey, who could dispatch their opponent quicker?
It's not really a rivalry, but it's motivation. Motivation. Hey, man, you better knock out your guy. I just knocked out my girl, so yeah.
You feel the pressure?
Not really, but it is there.
It's on your mind. It's on your mind.
Yeah, it's on my mind. Healthy competition.
Yeah. You don't want like for her to be like, hey, this is what I did. Look.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh man. Keith has mentioned that he feels that like his experience will carry him through in this fight. You know, you are a younger fighter, but you've been active. Like when it comes to fighting a fighter that has more experience, like how do you prepare for that, Sebastian? Or what do you do like in camp to kind of like compensate for that?
I prepare myself as I do for every fight because you could say Sue had more experience than me, being his father, being a undisputed champion as well, or all these other things. You know, all these guys have all these advantages. Just like they can say that I'm the bigger guy, I'm the taller guy, I should win just because of that. It just depends on how you come out, how you use your brain, how you use your mind, and I think that's how it depends. But we're more than ready for whatever he brings. I don't think the experience is really going to be a problem. It's worthy mentioning, but I don't think it's going to be a problem for me.
To you, Sebastian, do you see him as like the hardest opponent you have faced to this date?
I don't think so.
I
But
don't think so.
he's a big name, very, very big name. So we have to give the flowers to him because he definitely is a great fighter.
Why don't you think he's the most dangerous or the hardest opponent to date?
We have some hard competition coming up. So, you know, I don't want to mention no names, but there was a couple of fights that they're very tough fights.
When you look at the landscape at 154, Sebastian, like how disappointed were you that fight with Xander Sayas couldn't get made?
You know, I wasn't at the table. You know, uh, they were mentioning things. Oh, look, we fought Booker, and he was the number 4, number 5 for the WBO, and that was supposed to be the defense for the WBO because no one was mandatory at the time. But as soon as that fight happened, they mandated that Zayas fight. So it's like I thought we just defended this title for them. So you know they had their own plans. I guess that was the plan from the beginning too. I remember after being sued the first time, they wanted us to fight Crawford two months later, and our nose was still swollen. They didn't no care for the fighters. So you know they have their own ideas or whatever. The WBO, it is what it is. It is what it is.
You know, one goal for every fighter is to be undisputed. I would imagine that is your goal. You're going to collect all the titles from all the fighters in this division.
Sebastian discusses his approach to Thurman, his maturity, and how he's transformed as a fighter. This is where the narrative tension builds. We glimpse his mindset and how he plans to impose himself. The stakes become tangible here.
Right now, with having a taste of that, it kind of
Soured it a
takes it
little
away,
bit.
takes that idea away. I'll fight all these guys. I'll fight all these guys. But when it comes to those titles, I'm just fine with the WBC. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
It's just the
Yeah.
politics that you didn't like them
Yeah.
mandating things and so quickly.
Yeah, very, very distasteful.
So then, you know, with that being said, then Sebastian, is it in your mind to move up to 160 in the next year and a half, 2 years?
We have all these great names at 54. Who do you have at 160, really? I mean, you have a couple guys, but I think 154 is very packed right now.
Yeah, no, it is. But I was just kind of thinking if, you know, you kind of don't want to put up with the politics of the sanctioning bodies, you could keep defending, or I don't know if it was a goal of yours to be, you know, another weight division world champion.
Oh, I think we'll move up when we're comfortable, you know? Right now, very, very comfortable at 154 still. So, you know, we'll just keep going until we can't.
Well, for you, Sebastian, like 5 years from now, what would you have liked to have accomplished in boxing?
Honestly, and this is the truth for me, I feel like I accomplished everything I wanted in this sport. You know, I'm happy where I'm at. You know, I could just finish my career after this fight, and I'll be happy. Everything now is extra. So, you know, 5 years from now, tomorrow, I could still. It's still the same thing. You know, we all accomplished our thing. My sister is accomplishing even more things. I feel those are wins for the family already. So you asked me if I want to become undisputed. We practically did it, right? My sister became undisputed. I already became unified champion as well. So all these things are all now extra.
One guy that we're not sure is going to go back down to 154 is Terence Crawford. I know you mentioned him just a little bit earlier. I think this fight that he had with Canelo surprised a lot of people. Just your reaction to it, Sebastian. Were you surprised, and what were your thoughts?
I can't say I was surprised. I didn't favor him, but I wasn't surprised I beat him, and he beat him that way. You know, I'll box him. Looked spectacular that night. But you know, who knows if he comes down? I heard that. I heard his coach say that he's going to stay at 168 and defend the titles at 168. So whatever, I wish him the best. I met him a couple times. Great guy. So, you know,
Yeah,
congratulations to Crawford.
I was wondering too, like if you've been seeing Crawford's fights and kind of trying to pick things up because you think maybe eventually you guys will have to fight at some point if he goes back down to 54.
In this stretch, he speculates on whether the fight will go the distance and hints at knockout potential. He references his physical strength and timing, offering insight into how he sees Thurman's threats. This segment has suspense. Will it end early or drag on?
If he comes down, but I don't think he's coming down to 154 ever again. So, you know, even if he comes down to 160, we'll see. We'll see. Because he's getting older as well, too. There's he's already hit the top of the top. We'll see what he does, what other moves he does. But, you know, it's, again, I wish him well. Wish him the best.
To you, Sebastian, what's the fight outside of this? Because I know you're focused for this, and I know this might be a hard question to ask you because you fighters get so hyper focused on fights. But what's the marquee fight in your opinion, Sebastian, at 154? Like one where like you can't leave the division or you can't not stop your career until you fight this other person at 154.
I don't think like that. That's the thing. You know, I think a lot of fighters don't think like that. Maybe they have that one. If you have like, I guess maybe a Canelo in your weight class for money wise, but I don't know. We don't really have that guy. I think I'm the top guy in the division. So come and fight me. I don't really have anybody in mind that I would really, really want to punch in the face.
Hey, to your credit, man, I've spoken to a lot of fighters in your division, and they've all said that they feel that you're the guy at 154 pounds.
I definitely think so. I definitely think so.
Hey, it's just a random question, man. You know, obviously you're like 6'7", known as the Towering Inferno. When did you get like your growth spurt? Like were you always like the tallest kid growing up?
Yeah. I was maybe middle school. I got to like 6'2", 6'1".
Oh, Jesus, like 12 years old?
Yeah, 13, 12, yeah, something like that. And then I was already taller than the teachers, so.
Oh, man.
Here he confronts boxing politics and past fight negotiations, like the Xander Zayas issue and mandated fights. This part shifts tone. We see conflict not just with the opponent but with the system. It reveals backroom tension and frustrations that humanize him.
How was that?
Yeah, I was a normal kid, just taller than everybody else back. And I remember the teachers looking up to me, but that's about it.
I'd imagine everybody wanted to pick you for basketball, right?
Of course, but the thing is, I don't know how to play.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I could dribble a ball, but that's as far as it goes, you know.
They just got to lay it up to you.
Yeah, but at the time, I didn't even know what that was. So just all strictly boxing.
Yeah. How old were you when you started boxing?
I started boxing at like 6.
At 6 years old?
Yeah.
And you loved it right away?
I can't say I loved it right away, but it definitely grew on me.
Yeah. When did it like dawn on you that you're like, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this. Like I want to do this as a profession.
Around like 10 or 11. And we always had that dream of going to the Olympics. That didn't work out, but after that we became pro, and I mean, everything's been really well for us.
What was it like at 10 that like, was there like a certain moment? Was it like after a sparring or like after a talk that like you decided on it?
It's just seeing me and my family in the sport, you know. We grew up as like literally boxers, so we just knew that this was like a destiny for us.
Yeah, you know, in hearing, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, your mom was a professional fighter, right?
Amateur fighter.
Amateur fighter. Okay. So was it your mom that introduced you to boxing, or was it your dad?
My father's a coach. My father was a professional fighter. But yeah, he trained all of us, all his kids. And I mean, he still trains us to this day. So, it's just a family, I guess a family affair that being close to my family and being in the sport at the same time just makes me love the sport that much more.
Now we're seeing lately. I want to say like the last 10 years, a lot of really successful like father-son duos in boxing, and that wasn't really the norm before. You know, what is it about you and your dad, Freddie, Sebastian, that you guys click so well, and that it's been a good combination, a good partnership for you guys?
Respect. It's respect. That's as simple as that, just that one word. Showing respect to each other, uh, listening to him well, or when I have to tell him anything, he'll listen to me. It's just a mutual respect between us.
He is your dad.
Of course.
Does that get difficult when it's like, or like the blending of like he's your coach, but he's also your dad?
It never is. And again, that's what goes with respect. I respect him as a dad. I respect him as a coach. So these two things, and it's easy to, I guess, get him mixed up with. But I mean, again, I already respect him as a father, so to respect him as a coach is not going to be that hard either.
Yeah, I've spoken to like other fighters in the past, and I've asked them like, hey, sometimes they do butt heads because it's their dad, and they're used to that voice. They've heard that voice their whole life, and like sometimes it get triggers like some things, and they say like, oh, sometimes yeah, we do clash a little bit, but like I trust them. I wouldn't want any other person in my corner.
Exactly. It's how much you trust your person, how much you trust your coach, how much you trust your father. My father's raised me since I came out of my mother, so it's a.
Now we move to speculative territory. Terence Crawford, Division Politics, Undisputed Dreams. He reflects on what's possible, what's done, and what's still chasing him. This is forward-looking tension. Will he rise further? Will rivals even drop weight to face him?
It just depends on the person. Some people don't want to listen no more. They move out of their house and they don't want to listen to their parents no more. Some people don't even see their parents anymore. So, but in my case, I love my parents. So to respect them and to follow the directions is no problem for me.
That's great to hear, man. That's great to hear. Do you still live at home, Sebastian, or have you moved out?
I still do. I still do. Yep.
Yeah.
It's easier that way. It's easier that way, because we're all in boxing. So.
Yeah, and the gym's in the backyard or something like that, from right here, right?
Yep, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Got a whole building in the backyard. Yep.
I've heard your trainings are very regimented. I haven't had a chance to see you train in person, but this is what I hear. Like they're extremely regimented, extremely tough.
Yeah, it's not easy. Very not easy, but we have a schedule, and my father has a strict program, and not for the weak.
Describe it a little bit for me, because I'm not privy to the details of like what it is to like train as a Fundora.
It's just, I don't know how I can explain it, but it's very tough. Very, very tough. You probably have to bring like a bag so you can throw up in,
Oh no.
because it's a tough workout. Yeah.
Has there been workouts where you have thrown up like that hard?
I haven't, but I've seen plenty come and go like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Side note, then, tell me the story about Harvard. Congrats on that, by the way. But
Thank you.
when you announced that after your win over Tim Zhu, I was thinking like, wait, how is he going to balance this? Is he going to be like a full-time student and also fight, or is he going to stop fighting? Like, how's that all going to work?
We end with a personal arc. Harvard, engineering ambitions, family, identity beyond boxing. This is the emotional catharsis. The fighter reveals his soul. It's a strong closer with depth and a lingering question. Who is he beyond the ring? And of course, if you like this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next video.
We'll see. We're focused on this fight right now with Thurman. There's a big fight, probably one of the bigger fights in my whole career. So we can't just stop everything for school. And it sounds crazy too. I never want to say stuff like that because education is very important. But this is something we tried for our whole life. So, I'm going to keep this ball rolling.
Okay. When do you start?
I haven't started yet.
Oh, you haven't started yet.
Again, I can't.
You can't.
Yet.
but you are going to go for engineering, right?
Yes.
That's freaking awesome, man. What gave you the idea to do that? Is it something that you've always wanted to do?
Not really. It's just what I always wanted to do. I'm doing now, boxing. But it's just opportunities present themselves, and hey, why not try them out?
And yeah, but getting into Harvard is like really, really hard, Sebastian. That's an accomplishment in itself.
Isn't boxing becoming a world champion really, really hard? These things once you get to that level, things become normal, I guess. And that sounds kind of cocky, but it's the truth. You get to that level. It's like they're asking me a couple interviews before. They're asking me, "How's it feel to fight at MGM?" It's nice, but this is my third time fighting, and I'm headlining there. But I headlined there before. I headlined this place. It's the normal now. I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. But these things are becoming the norm now.
And so see, this is what I noticed. Just me thinking, observing, like you're so much more confident of yourself. Like you're so much more sure of yourself now.
Yes, of course. And again, that comes with maturity. You get older and you recognize these things, and these things become familiar.
Yeah, I just want to get just details on the Harvard thing because I think that it's just really interesting. And just, I know you're going to get a degree in engineering. If that's what you're going to try to do over there, right?
That's the plan. Yes.
Yeah. And like, do you foresee yourself being an engineer, like after like the boxing chapter's gone?
Who knows? Because there's we're very comfortable right now. And I know. I guess sky's the limit, right? Who knows? Whatever Sebastian wants to do in 5 years. That's probably the question you should have asked me. In 5 years, what does he want to do?
That would be 2030, man. That seems so far away, but it's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember this. Be like, hey, Sebastian, what are you gonna do now? You be an engineer? Or like, well, what's up? But that is. You're right, man. You've achieved some crazy things. Like it is not easy becoming a world champion, and it's not easy getting into Harvard. So props to you on that, and congrats on those two achievements. And those are some amazing accomplishments. You could look back on it and be like, yeah, I did that.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yep. On an ending note, Sebastian, just let us know what's in store. October 25th. What are you expecting out of yourself? October 25th against Keith Thurman.
I expect a great night of boxing. It's going to be a big card. And we have a big name in front of us, October 25th, but expect a great night of boxing.
All right. That's Sebastian Fundora taking on Keith Thurman coming up October 25th at the MGM Grand. He's looking to keep his win streak going, momentum going in this fight against Keith. Sebastian, good seeing you. And I wish you healthy camp, the healthy rest of your camp, and I look forward to your fight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Marcos.
All right. Appreciate it, Sebastian.